Back to another Click tutorial. As always, my name's Jasper, and what we're going to be doing today is connecting DeepSeek AI, its API, to your Bubble application. So as you can see here, we've got a blank page where we're going to start fresh, and what you're going to need to do is come across the plugins, and then we're going to go add plugins, and you're going to see API connector, and you're going to install it. Now once we've done that, we're going to add another API, and we're going to call this DeepSeek. Okay, then you're going to want to jump across onto Google and then search for DeepSeek API, and you'll find this page here. You can read this information just so you understand it a bit better, but all you need to do is get this code. So we're going to copy it, and then we're going to come back to Bubble here, and we're going to go import another call, and then we're going to paste that code we just copied. And then now you can see it's imported everything in for us. So we'll first remove this old API call that we don't need, and then we're going to call this one chat. Nice and simple. We'll put the use as action, and then we're going to set the content and API key as private, and then we're going to come down and do some modifications to the body here. So to make it dynamic and work with your application, we're going to want to be able to change the content for the system and the user. So what we'll do here is we'll copy this text, and then we'll add a new spot for the dynamic data. So we'll call that system prompt. And then we'll put it here, and then mark it not as private. It needs to be able to be edited. Then we'll do the same for user, and we'll go user prompt. And then we'll put it here, take it off private, and make sure that we include any errors. So that should be everything you need to do, and then we just need to put in the API key. So I'll copy my API key here and add it in. Now don't worry, I will be deleting this test API key before launching the video, so no needs to worry there. Okay, so then what we're going to want to do is do the initial call. This is for the system to, Bubble's system to be able to see what comes back from the response and assign it properly. There you go. Now as you can see, it's got everything for us, and we can also see the raw data that came through. So it said, hello, how can I assist you today? So we'll save that. And now that we've saved it, we can start using it within our application. So we'll come back across to design, and what we'll do is we will add a group, and then within that group, we're going to put a text, and we'll also put an input. Okay, now we're going to want a couple of these, so we'll put a second one and a third one, and we're also going to need a button. Don't worry, I'll explain it all soon. Okay, so there we go. Now for the button, we're just going to say send, nice and simple. Now this first input here is going to be the system prompt, and the second one is going to be the user prompt, and then this one here is actually going to be the response. So that's what we get back. And what we'll do is we'll make it a bit bigger just in case it has a bit more text. So we'll put in a multi one, take off anything like that. Okay, now we're going to want to name our inputs. So we'll name this one called input system. This one will be input user, and this one will be the multi-input response. Now you're also going to want to come to your page, click here to manage its state. I'll get rid of this old one, and I'll put a new one. So we'll go element inspector, custom states, and we're going to call this response, and it will be a text type. There we go. We don't need to put anything as the default. Now what we're going to want to do is we're going to come across to send, and we're going to add a new workflow. Now we're going to come across to plugins and go DeepSeek chat, and you can see we've got our two options, the system prompt and the user prompt. So we want to add our new inputs, so we'll go back to insert, go input system, its value, and we're going to want to put it as JSON safe to make sure it doesn't interfere with the JSON API call, so you always need to make sure they're JSON safe. And then we'll do the same for user, like that, its value and JSON safe. Bam, so that will send the information to DeepSeek, and then we want to capture its response. So we're going to add another action, come across to element actions, set state. We're going to select our page, the response state, and we're going to go result of step 1, which was the API call. We'll go body choices, the first item, and its message content. There we go. So that's all we need to do. So if we come back here, we should be able to launch this. Great. And we'll put our system prompt. So we'll say, you are an assistant named John. When replying, make sure to introduce yourself. And then we're just going to put hello. And if we go send, now let's watch this work. Oh, there was one thing I forgot to do, sorry. That was the initial content. So you need to come to the response, and then you need to go initial content, and we're going to set that to the page, its custom state, which was the response, so that we can actually see the response here. So that was my mistake. So let's try that again. I'll refresh the page. I'm just going to copy what I typed before, and then we're going to go hello, and then try again. There we go. So it goes, hello, I'm John, your virtual assistant. How can I help you today? And just like that. So it was just within a few minutes, you can get set up, have DeepSeek connected into your Bubble application. And yeah, it's just that simple. If you like the content, don't forget to subscribe and give this a like to help other people see it. Thanks for watching the video, and see you on the next one.